Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is Priest and Officer 500 Abun Karaj checking in from South Carolina. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, underneath Commander General Yohana, and we are not affiliated with any Israelite group. Tonight's topic, we're going to go in on a heavy discussion tonight on what's really going on right now. Right now, we at that season where, in time of the year, where it's time for voting. We know every 4 years it's a presidential debate and a presidential election that they have here in America. And we're at that 4 year mark where President Donald Trump and whoever his person that he's going to be running against are at a debate right now. They're going to start debating. People are going to start going out and voting and see who they're going to vote for. And that's where we're at right now. You know what I mean? We're at that point now. You see an uproar with so many people because so many people are trying to get on board with Trump. So many people are trying to get on board with Joe Biden. Everybody thinks voting is going to resolve everything and all the problems. But what people don't understand is voting is not going to solve any problems. You know, voting is not going to help blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans with the conditions that we are in. Our people have been voting since the 50s. Since the 40s, we've been voting. We voted for all type of things, you know what I'm saying? And what has it changed for us? What conditions have changed for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? You know, everybody was voting, like back then you had in the 90s where people voted for Bill Clinton. You know, everybody thought Bill Clinton was going to be a savior to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And when they voted him in, he caused so much destruction amongst the black community, amongst the Hispanic community, even with the Native American community. You know, Bill Clinton came in and destroyed us. You know, Bill Clinton was famous for the Child Support Act, even for the 3 strike laws. And everybody knows how many brothers and sisters went to jail and end up doing life in prison off the 3rd strike law. But yet, our Christian pastors, during the time of Bill Clinton, told our people to vote for him. And our people went out and voted for him. And what changed for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Nothing. Our conditions actually got worse. You had brothers who were on their 3rd strike going to jail for petty crimes, simple crimes. Like, I know people might think it's funny, but, you know, it might sound funny, but this was a true story. You know, brothers went to jail for little simple things, stealing out the gas station, and it was their 3rd strike, and they end up going to jail for life. Stealing a beer, stealing chewing gum or something so simple, and end up having to do life in prison behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's why Commander General Yohana pushes it so hard upon our people that voting is not going to change our conditions, especially when you're voting for somebody who doesn't care about you. You know, how can you vote for this person, for a so-called European man or oppressor? How can you vote for him to be over your people when these have been the same people who have been oppressing us for 400 years? Do you really believe in your heart that they're going to make things better for us, or are they going to make things better for themselves? And that's what we have to realize. Voting isn't going to solve any solutions for black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's not going to make any of our conditions better. It's not going to get us out of this hell that we are in. And that's what we have been pushed on. That's what people are pushing upon our people, your Christian pastors, your black politicians, rich black people. You know what I'm saying? But we're at that point now where things are getting so bad that some of our people are starting to wake up and realize that voting isn't going to help. You know, you're voting for 2 evil bastards to be over you. You know what I'm saying? Like the time when Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were at it. Before Donald Trump became president, they were both running against each other. And people were telling everybody we should go vote for Hillary Clinton. You know, Democrats telling people to vote for Hillary Clinton. You know, she's going to make a change for black people. You know what I'm saying? But yet, Hillary Clinton was recalled saying that black men are predators. You know what I'm saying? That we are super predators. Not just a predator, but she said that we were super predators. You know what I'm saying? How can you vote for a woman like this to be over you? And then her husband ruled and he destroyed us, man. You know what I'm saying? Her husband was over us and he destroyed blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that the Clintons, Bill and Bill and Hillary are famous for going to Haiti and robbing Haiti of their resources. Famous for robbing Haiti for their resources. Made billions off of Haiti. And look at the conditions Haiti are in. Look at the conditions they're in. After the earthquake, it was horrible down there. And what money did Bill and Hillary send down to Haiti to help them and aid them and support them after the earthquake? They gave them nothing. But yet they made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important for us not to go out here and vote, you know what I'm saying? And let these people rule over us. You asking for a beast to rule over you who has no compassion for your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to wake up and realize, man, that voting isn't going to help us. It never has. Understand? If you got your Bible in front of you, man, the first scripture we're going to go to, man, is Deuteronomy chapter 17 and 15. Where the Most High warned us about trying to put another nation and people above us. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High said, your thoughts are not my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew better than to have another nation above us. And what we also have to realize, the book of Deuteronomy was written after the time that we came out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It was written to give you an example, not to give you an example, but to give you, just to show you, why we shouldn't put another nation on top of us. Because you have to understand, when we came out of slavery out of Egypt, Moses seen what happens when you allow another nation to rule over top of you. You know what I'm saying? Moses knew about all of the pharaohs and all of the different Egyptians, which were Hamites, that ruled over us. He knew, you know what I'm saying? If you allow another nation of people to rule over top of you, only one or two things is going to happen. Only one thing is going to happen. Somebody's going to be on the top and somebody's going to be on the bottom. And Moses knew, when you get another nation of people to rule over top of you, you're going to be on the bottom and they're going to be on the top. And this is why the Most High told us, he explained to Moses, make sure that we know this. You know what I'm saying? If you could, go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Give y'all a little time to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to really, and then you have Christian pastors who always tell us that the Old Testament was of the past. We don't live by that. But that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand the Bible. They don't understand the ways of the Most High. They don't understand the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments that he established with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, right here in the Old Testament, if they knew anything, they would go back and study the thing Moses taught us. And what could change our lives. And these are some of the things right here that Moses had learned from the Most High. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. And it says, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord God shall choose. You know what I'm saying? That's saying, what is a king? What does a king do? You know what I'm saying? When you set a king above you, a king has a job. A king rules over people. He sets laws. He sets standards. He put things in order, just like King Solomon. He was a king. You know what I'm saying? And what did King Solomon do? He established the laws. He was righteous. He made sure things were ran correctly in Israel, just like King David did. When King David ruled over us, he was a righteous king. He made sure that the nation of Israel followed by the Most High laws. So this is what the Most High was telling us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the children of Israel, God's chosen people. He told us, thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee, whom the Lord God shall choose. And that's what we have to understand. It's not who we choose to rule over us. It's who the Most High is going to choose to rule over us. So we're already making a mistake by going out there and trying to choose somebody to rule over us, because the Most High didn't even choose that person. Do you really believe in your mind that the Most High will choose Joe Biden to rule over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe he's going to choose? Back then when people were voting for, when they was trying to choose between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, do you really believe the Most High wanted Hillary Clinton to rule over you? You really think he wants Donald Trump to rule over you? The Most High didn't choose none of these people. Just like when everybody went out there and voted for Barack Obama, the Most High did not choose Barack Obama to rule over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why you seen the conditions during his rulership get worse for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You seen the conditions of us get way worse. You start seeing more murders, more killings. You know what I'm saying? Everything intensified more. The racial conflict between blacks and whites got even worse. You know what I'm saying? The Most High would never choose an American president to rule over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because he already knows where their heart's at. Their hearts are not for us. They're not trying to change anything for us at all. When Barack Obama became president, what did he push on black people worse? He pushed homosexuality. He legalized it. You know what I'm saying? He legalized homosexuality. So when he legalized that, what did we start seeing amongst the black, Latino, and Native American community? We've seen homosexuality increase at an alarming rate. We were already having problems with STDs, HIV, and different diseases. But when you push homosexuality and you allow it to be legal, things only got worse. People don't even know that diseases were on a high, were on a very high when he legalized homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that the HIV rate got worse. The STD rate got worse. Because now people are just able to go out there and have sex with, the same sex. And now it's legal. Now nobody can say anything. Now you can't pretty much criticize them for the things that they do when it comes to homosexuality. Now if you say something about a homosexual, you can get in trouble. And guess how they were able to get these laws established where if you say something bad about a homosexual, you could get certain crimes like hate crimes. You know what I'm saying? They got it from us voting for civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Black people went out there and got knocked upside their head during the time of the 60s for civil rights just to have homosexuals use it in 2015, 2016. When was that one? 2008. But the Barack Obama era. You know what I'm saying? Like we went and got our heads cracked open during the 50s and 60s for civil rights just so a homosexual can get the same rights that we could. You know what I'm saying? Like just so if you try to say something bad about a homosexual, you know what I'm saying, you would be charged with a hate crime or discrimination. That's what voting got us. Voting got homosexual rights. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see white homosexuals, I don't see Caucasian homosexuals getting drugged out their car and getting beat. Those rights apply to them, but they don't apply to us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Like those laws don't even matter to us. So that's just more proof showing that voting isn't going to help us at all because it hasn't. We've been voting since the 50s and 60s. Back then, we would get hung for trying to go vote. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a notorious picture that is famous on the internet of a group of oppressors hanging a brother. You know what I'm saying? They were hanging him because he voted. And the title read, I think it said, "This nigga died because he voted." You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to us for trying to vote in, another nation of people to rule over us. You know what I'm saying? We thought voting would make things better, but what we didn't realize was we didn't even have to vote. Because this country isn't for us. Like, what is it? How is this country beneficial for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? How is it helping us? We've been here for over 400 years as blacks. So-called Native Americans have been here for longer than that. And how has it helped them or any of us? You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing, voting isn't going to help us, man. And I'm going to read that again. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. And it says, "Thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee, whom the Lord God shall choose." And again, The Most High has to choose this leader to rule over you. You know what I'm saying? That's just more proof going to show you that the Most High never wanted us to vote for these people. He never wanted us to go out here and get ourselves involved in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. He never wanted us to do that. You know what I'm saying? The Most High was supposed to set a leader over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. He was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to read the rest of this. And it reads, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. That's more proof to show you that when you're voting, even if you were to set a king over you or to pick somebody to have rulership over you, it has to be somebody from amongst your brethren. Like, you can't go get somebody from another nation of people to rule over you. Because the only thing they're going to do is do things that are beneficial for their people. You know, he's not the person, you know, if you go out here and vote like what we've been doing, you know, black people went it out. I'm going to use, what's another famous black president, white president, Caucasian president that everybody loves? I want to say JF Kennedy. You know, you go in everybody's grandmama's house, they usually got the picture, white Jesus, Martin Luther King, JFK, and then they add Barack Obama right on to it. You know what I'm saying? Because they looked at JFK like he was a savior also for black people. And a lot of black people voted for him back then. You know, they voted for JFK. They liked the JFK. They thought he was different. You know, because how he spoke. You know, people was like, well, he's different. He's not like the typical, you know, usual Caucasian. Just like with Bill Clinton, black people wanted and voted for him. So, I mean, you know, he plays the saxophone. He smoked a little weed. He cool. He's not like other Caucasian presidents. You know what I'm saying? But little did our people know, hey, Ronald Reagan, I don't know if a lot of black people voted for Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was horrible. You know what I'm saying? That was another president who, he just horrible. You know, people were notorious for saying Ronald Reagan was the devil. You know what I'm saying? They were correct, but he was just one of many devils. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the only devil. He's not the only deceiver, because that's what devil means. It means deceiver. He's not the only deceiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have many other presidents who are deceivers, just like the one now who's in the chair. He's another deceiver. And this is the crazy thing. With everything that he has done, the president now, Donald Trump, who's in the chair, the things that everything he has said about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, guess what? Our people still go out and vote for him. You know, now he has like a large Latino, you know, group of people starting to follow him, want to vote for him. You know, even with our people, you have a large vote of blacks that are going out there to vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have traitors amongst our people. You know what I'm saying? So now you got our own people going out to vote for Donald Trump. Hey, he's a good president. He's trying to make things different. When they don't even understand that the Most High said that if you're going to choose a king over you, let him be one from among thy brethren. Shalt thou set king over thee. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were supposed to put your brother over top of you, not somebody else from another nation. Because once you put that other person over you, the only thing he's going to do is do things that are beneficial for his brethren, his people, his nation, his sisters, his children. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to do things that are beneficial for his people, not for us. And that's what we see happening now. That's what we've been seeing. We've been going out here trying to vote for different leaders to be over us that are not from among our people, and look what they did. They only did things that were beneficial for their people, not for us. That's why nothing has changed for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. Nothing has changed for us at all, because we're disobeying what the Most High told us to do. The Most High told us, if you vote for anybody, not vote, but if you do choose somebody to accept rulership over thee, make sure he's a brethren from among your people. Make sure he's somebody that understands the conditions of black people or Native American people, of Hispanic people. Make sure he knows the conditions of these people. Because if he does, if this person that does rule over you comes from the ghetto, comes from the barrio, comes from the reservation, and he sit back and he watches and he really does understand his people, he's going to show compassion to his people. He's not going to make things more harder for you. He's not going to put a burden amongst his people because he's from where you're from and he understands what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is going to choose that man over you. And that man the Most High chose today is Commanding General Yohanan. You know what I'm saying? He's the leader of the nation of Israel. That's why you see brothers such as myself waking up and changing themselves. You see sisters tuning into class, waking up and changing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Doing things different. Not being how they used to be. Because that's what happens when the Most High chooses a man to rule over you. He's going to show compassion. He's going to show love. He's going to show you that he does care. He's going to show you that, hey, I understand where you come from. And I'm not going to beat you down. I'm not going to rob and take everything from you. I'm not going to give what we're supposed to have to somebody else. That's what happened when you have a man who the Most High sends to rule over you. You know, you look at example. Look at how King David was to his people. He ruled over us and he made sure things were good for us. He took care of us. He was righteous, just like King Solomon before he went off. He was a righteous king. And he prayed for wisdom and how to rule over us as a nation of people. He didn't pray for riches. He didn't pray for gold. He didn't pray for women. He asked the Most High for wisdom on how to rule his people. That's what a real leader does, man. You know what I'm saying? And you see it right here in the ISUPK underneath Commander General Yohanan. You see him raising up righteous brothers. You see him making brothers change. You know what I'm saying? Sisters also. Righteous sisters. See them making better decisions with their life. Showing them how to be better mothers, better wives, better sisters. Same thing with the brothers. Showing us on how to be better men, better fathers, better brothers to each other. Showing us how to have compassion. That's why we are so different from any other, anything that you've seen out here. We're totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a righteous leader who the Most High has chose from among our brethren to rule over us. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Not going out here to vote thinking we're going to make a change. At one point in time when they was trying to vote Obama, they had a phrase where they said, vote or die. You know what I'm saying? They were telling us, if you didn't vote, nigga, you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? Black people went out there and flooded the voting booth. So like I was guilty myself. I tried to go out there and vote, and my vote didn't even work. I got a letter in the mail saying something about this and that. Thank the Most High for it, though. Like, they was telling me my social security number didn't match up with this and that. So, I was in that too because I was tricked. I was underneath the spell thinking that just because this man has a skin color like my people, maybe he understands this, maybe he'll make a difference. And we had a boatload of our people go out there and vote for Barack Obama. And when he got in the chair, people were crying. People were, oh man, they had the video camera on Jesse Jackson. He had the ugly Michael Jordan face crying, oh Lord, our Savior. And who was that? Jamie Foxx said that. He was like, our Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? He said that about Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? You had Ronald, what's his name? Reverend Al Sharpton. He was happy. Jesse Jackson was happy. You even had Farrakhan calling Barack Obama. He like, yes, our brother is in the chair. He's going to make a difference. And what happened? What changed? Nothing. We still getting murdered in the streets. We're still getting treated unfairly. We're still going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, black men still getting put on child support. Black women still getting raped and did all type of dirty ways by this government and this system. Nothing has changed, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing has changed with us trying to go into the voting booth. So what is going to change, man? What is it going to take for us to realize that voting isn't going to happen? Isn't the way out for us? You know what I'm saying? And now they pushing it so heavy. I had a brother tell me when I was working at a slavery, when they was trying to choose between who was going to be in the chair, not Barack Obama, but Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. He got mad and said, it's y'all young people's fault because y'all don't want to go out there and vote. And you know me, I was UPK, young at the time, but I had to put him in check. I was like, listen, you older than me, and y'all been voting. And what has changed for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Like, what has changed for us with voting? And he was like, we can make a big difference if we go out there and vote. I was like, listen, a lot of us voted for Barack Obama, and what happened? Did things change, or did things get worse? And he thought about it, couldn't say nothing. He was like, well, it'd be good for us all to just try to vote at least. You know what I'm saying? But deep in his heart, that Christian pastor that told me that, because that's what he was, even he had to sit back and realize that nothing has changed with us going to vote for somebody to rule over us. Nothing has changed. And you know why it did? You know why it hasn't changed? Because this leader that we're trying to choose to rule over us, the Most High didn't choose him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Barack Obama isn't one of our people. That's what we have. That's what if people in the world would wake up and realize that, they will understand that we have made big mistakes in the past by trying to vote these different nations to rule over us. And what our people don't realize is, like, when they went out there and voted for Barack Obama is a Hamite. He's an African. He's not from our people. He's not one of our brethren. So he's not going to give a damn about our conditions. That's why you see when he got in the chair, nothing didn't change. You know, he actually did worse. The president, Donald Trump, said the same thing. He said, y'all mad at me. He said, but y'all don't realize the only reason I'm able to do these things I can do now is because Barack Obama signed different laws into existence, where now I can pretty much just piggyback off these laws. He signed certain laws, and now he can sign this law. Donald Trump can. And the reason he can sign it is because Barack Obama signed this law. So now everything can just fall right in place. But yet we still think, hey, we can still go out there and vote. It's going to make something happen. And nothing is going to change, man. Nothing at all, man. Hey, shalom, Dr. Christ, shalom, Spiritual, sir. Yeah. Now I'm going to continue reading. And like I was saying, so the Most High said that we supposed to vote for a brother from our nation, man. One of our people. You know what I'm saying? So when you go out there and vote for one of them devils, man, the Most High allows you to fall right into their hands, man. And allows these devils to afflict us and do all type of things to us, man. All right, and if you can, if y'all still tuning in, I want y'all to go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Put this on pause right now. Con. Just bear with us, y'all, having a look, getting things situated with this camera.
Oh, you got to go ahead.
Okay, con. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. And if you can, go ahead and get it. If you're tuning in the class, man, go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Write these scriptures down. You know what I'm saying? For your edification. Because what people don't understand is when you go out there and vote, it's a certain thing that you're doing. It's a thing that you're doing and what you're showing your enemy. And he realizes, like, hey, this is it, As long as we continue to get them to vote, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still in control. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3:31, and it reads, it says, envy not thy oppressor, and choose none of his ways. You know what I'm saying? Like it says, envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So when we go out and vote for these devils to rule over us, we're choosing their ways. We want them to show us, their ways. That's why we shouldn't vote. You know what I'm saying? That's why we shouldn't go out there and vote, because when we do, we're showing envy to our oppressor, man. We're showing them that, hey, we're envious of you. We want what you want. We want you to rule over us like how you rule over your own people.
That's right.
And when you do that, guess what he does, man? Guess what he does when you ask him to rule over you like you want him to rule over his people? He's not going to treat you the way he treats his own people.
That's right.
He's going to treat you like the bottom of a boot because you're not his people. You're not his brethren. He's not going to respect you. Would you respect somebody who you don't beat, stepped on, crushed, and destroyed for 400 years, and yet they still want to show love to you and vote for you and want you to rule over you? Would you respect them, or would you just be like, they're never going to learn? Just let them vote for me, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat them like they're nothing. You know what I'm saying? Throw out, sir.
No sweat.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. That's what happens when you go out there and start envying thy oppressor. You start envying your oppressor, you're going to choose his ways. You're going to want to do what he wants. You're going to do what he wants to do. That's why you have so many black politicians who, you know, you might, what's the black politician that's out of South Carolina? Tim Scott?
Tim Scott. Yep.
Tim Scott. Ooh-wee. He was up there at the White House smiling.
Looking like a pure coon.
Looking like one of the most purest coon. I'm talking about fresh bread coon. You know what I'm saying? He was up there. He was just happy to be with Massa. But what he didn't understand, what they understood, the oppressors, they said, look how envious he is of us. Look how he's trying to choose our ways. You know what I'm saying? Then he tried to shake Joe Biden's hand, and Joe Biden left him hanging. Joe Biden left him hanging on national TV. You know, Tim Scott tried to shake his hand. Joe Biden just looked at him and kept walking like, nigga, put your hand down, boy. Don't you ever try to embarrass me. I'll shake your hand off camera when nobody's around, but don't ever do that in public. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you're envious of the oppressor and you start choosing his ways. He's not going to respect you. You know why the ISUPK gets so much respect? Why when oppressors see us, you know, even though they know that we feel the way we feel about them and they know it's right, they still have respect for us because we're not envious of them. And we're not trying to choose their ways. We're not going to go out there and vote for one of them to rule over us because we know that it's not going to change anything. You know what I'm saying? And we know that. That's why when they see us, what they say, hey, I understand and I respect where y'all coming from. Because, you know, they wouldn't do that. If it was them and the tables were turned, they would never vote for a black man who has oppressed their people for 400 years to rule over them.
That's right.
They're going to sit back and be like, do you know how stupid you sound? You know what I'm saying? They're going to tell their own people, do you know how stupid you are to go out there and vote for a nation of people who has oppressed us, robbed us, raped us, set our women on fire, castrated our men, used our children for alligator bait? You know how these people have done this, but yet you want me to go out there and vote for one of them to be over us? Man, they would destroy this place before they allowed that to happen.
Right.
No, they would kill every traitor who went out there and tried to vote for some, you know, who wanted to go out there and vote for a black man to be over them, knowing what they know. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how stupid we look going into them voting booths, voting? You know, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. I'm voting for Joe Biden. You know, we got to make a change. No, man, you just look like a fool, like an idiot. You just like white people sitting back, so like your oppressors sitting back looking at us just like, how stupid can these people be? How dumb can they really be? You know what I'm saying? After 400 years of rape, robbery, and murder, they still love us. They still want us just to rule over them. And you wonder why they're able to go out here in the streets and have police officers to murder us and get off scot-free.
That's right.
Because they know no matter what we do, guess what? They're still going to be envious of us. They're still going to choose our ways.
That's right.
They're going to go to the voting booth, click the little box, and they're going to still ask for Massa to rule over them.
Damn right.
You know, that's why the ISUPK is different, man. That's why we're different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can never, ever, ever vote for a devil to be over you here in the ISUPK. You would be a traitor to your people. And that's what you are when you go out there and vote for one of these oppressors to rule over you. You are a traitor to your people.
It's a lot if I could.
Come, sir.
The scriptures say, why trimmest thy ways to seek love?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians for 400 and something years have been trying to love this man. You know what I'm saying? It is not our culture to be out here voting for their kings. You know what I'm saying? It's not our culture to be dressing the way they dress, talking how they talk, eating what they eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drinking what they drink. You know what I'm saying? Partaking in the pleasures that they take of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why do we continuously seek to trim our ways to love him, man? When really we should be separate from our enemies. And so that's why the brother is saying so heavy. He's saying so heavy is that, you know what I'm saying, we gotta know that we supposed to be separate from them. And because we won't separate from them, they have no respect for us.
Right.
And so what they do is they spit on us, man. They continue running over us. They continue enslaving us. You know what I'm saying? This whole all of America was just built to destroy us. And we've allowed it to happen because we continue loving them, man.
Damn right.
We got to stop trimming our ways. We got to stop being like them. We got to separate. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really about hating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is about what the Lord wants, man. And the Lord desires us to be separate. He wanted that from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I had to say about it.
Damn right, Ottawa. Ottawa bringing out so heavy, man. Like, that's the only thing you're doing is trimming your ways. You know, you're like, you know what? I'm going to vote for him. He ain't that bad. He ain't that bad. You know, he can't be no worse than so-and-so. Then you go out there and vote for him. Then you end up drugged up and molested in the trunk somewhere. Like, damn, he did me the same way the other did me. Well, at least he let me know he was going to do it. And that's what you have when you try to go out there and vote for Democrats and Republicans. You know the Republicans going to do you dirty. Like what they say, you know, like people knew Donald Trump. They knew Donald Trump was going to rape him.
Damn right.
But they didn't know Hillary Clinton was going to do the same thing.
That's right.
You know, the only thing different about her was she had a bag of pills that she was ready to drop in your drink. You know what I mean? And they didn't even know it. They was like, she's different. I know she's different. Not even understanding Bill Clinton, her husband, had already dropped 3 pills in your drink, got you wasted and did you dirty. Now his wife come back. I'm doing the same way. I'm gonna have a little fun with him like my husband did. But the Most High didn't let her get in the chair. The Most High allowed Donald Trump to get in the chair. And now he's in the chair, we starting to see how America really feels about black people. How they really feel about Hispanics and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? We really starting to see how they really feel, man. Like, it's not a joke right now. It's not a game. But yet, Christian pastors are still going to tell us, you know, we got to vote. We got to go vote. That's the only way we're going to make a change. Martin Luther King said the same thing. And look what happened. He got shot right in the head. Martin Luther King was telling us, you know, we vote. Little black girls and white boys going to sit in the, you know, sit and hold hands and matrimony and do this and do that. Man, that is not happening. We in a worse condition now than what we ever have been, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we cannot be envious of our oppressors. We cannot choose none of their ways. Just like our black politicians, like, what's his name? He got the loose skin meat on his neck. Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. You know what I mean? I call him loose skin neck. You know what I'm saying? Like Al Sharpton, man, he trimmed his ways, man. He wanted to be so much like the oppressor. He does the same thing the oppressor does. He robs us. He benefits off our destruction and our pain. You know, every time somebody used to get shot back then, when when Donald Trump first came president, it's like around that 2010 era to about 2016, where it was just really bad. It was like, it was non-stop. You know, we was getting back into that era where you look on the news, you seeing a black man getting killed, black women getting killed, Latino people, brothers and sisters being murdered and killed. You know what I'm saying? And every time you had that situation happening, you had Al Sharpton step right up there and get on stage and be like, you know, we got to do this. Something's going to change. And he was just being, you know, he was just getting money off our people doing that. You know, it was beneficial to him. He was benefiting off our suffering and our pain. And where did he learn it from? He learned that from our oppressors. He learned that behavior from our oppressors. Because who do you think taught him that? You know, where did he learn how to rob the people when they're down and out? You know what I'm saying? He learned that from the oppressors. That's why we cannot choose none of their ways, man.
Damn right.
We can't. It's not beneficial for us at all, man.
And if I could, just
Come on,
real
sir.
quick, and if you can get Deuteronomy, what is it? Deuteronomy 17 and 15.
Come on.
I don't know if you've already went over that scripture.
Come on. I can read it again. I don't want.
Okay, no sweat. Yeah, so I mean, the brother is saying so heavy, man, because we ain't even supposed to be out here voting, man. We ain't even supposed to be touching. We ain't even supposed to be touching that ballot. You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to be walking around here talking about who's gonna be the best for us. You understand? Because
Right.
400 years of being here in America, we have not had one president that was sincerely and authentically here to save or to fix black people. Because you know why? Because that's not the spirit of America, man.
Right.
Because the spirit of America is to destroy. Because that's the spirit of Esau. You understand? And they have a hatred. What does the scripture say? They have a perpetual hatred against Israel, man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? An everlasting hatred against Israel. You know what I'm saying? An ongoing hatred for Israel. So why would you think that going and voting is going to help anything? Why do you put your faith in Biden? Why do you put your faith in Trump? Who else? Hillary Clinton. Who else is running? Who else are some other politicians that are running? Why do you put your faith in these people, man?
Come on.
You understand? These people who have no interest in saving black, Hispanic, and Native Indians and getting them off of crack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or getting them out of the ghettos. You understand? Or stopping them from prostitution. That's why the scripture says this. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Israel is supposed to set a king over him that God chooses, man. And we already have a king. His name is Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, for all of y'all that are just coming in the truth.
Right.
You understand who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. We already have a king that was appointed over us, man. A righteous king who ain't gonna sell us crack cocaine, man.
Damn right.
A righteous king who ain't gonna throw us in jail and give us football numbers, man.
Right.
Basketball numbers. You understand? A righteous king who ain't gonna allow police to come around here and just be killing us for no damn reason or aborting our babies, man.
Right.
Keep reading.
Come. Whom one from among thy brethren.
One from among our brethren, man. All of these people y'all going out and trying to put inside of in politics, trying to vote into the presidency. These people are not of your brethren. And even those who are black, who are your brethren, who are trying to become politicians or trying to become president in this earth, is still not your brother. The reason why is because they're in the spirit of America, man.
Right.
Not in the spirit of the truth.
Right.
Not in the spirit of the Most High. They're in the spirit of America. Was there any more on that?
Come. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set.
Thou what?
Thou mayest not
Thou mayest not. Go ahead.
set a stranger over thee.
We ain't supposed to be out here voting for no damn Donald Trump. Because
Right.
he is not of our nation.
Right.
We're not supposed to be out here voting for Biden. Because that is not of our nation. Hillary Clinton, they are not of our nation. These people are not of our nation.
Damn
These
right.
people are only here to destroy us further.
Right.
And until we get it into our thick heads as black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're gonna keep getting destroyed, man.
Right.
Stop envying your oppressors, man. Like what the brother is bringing out, which is so damn heavy. Is there any more on that?
Come, sir. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Which is not thy brother. Go ahead.
Come, that was it on this.
Okay, that was it. That was all I had to bring out the water.
Come, so damn right, Ottawa. Damn right. Like Ottawa saying it's so heavy, man. Like we're not supposed to be out voting for a person that is not from among our brethren. Like he said, we already have a king. You know what I'm saying? And we have a leader until our king comes back, and that is Commanding General Yohana, man, who's holding it down for us. You know, we have a brother who's leading us the right way until our king, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, comes back.
Yeah, right.
And he's a brother from amongst our people. You know, he's not gonna. He is a righteous leader, man. Like, you gotta get General Yohana and the general
That's right,
and
man.
the captains in hand, man. Like, for him holding it down and giving brothers like myself in Ottawa a chance to find his truth and be able to wake up and change ourselves.
Damn right.
Because that's what happens when you have a righteous brother who rules over you. He's gonna sit back. He's gonna observe everything. He's gonna make sure that his people are woken up.
That's right.
He's going to make sure you're not on the streets and on drugs. He's going to make sure you're not out here doing all type of wicked crimes against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Salaki, you got brothers who have fake Israelite groups who don't even care about the well-being of their own people, man.
That's right.
They allow sisters to be murdered amongst their organization and don't do anything about it. Don't try to make any changes. You know, some of them send their so-called brothers who they care about on the streets and allow them to tell people that we're going to rape women in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to sleep with young kids. You know what I'm saying? What kind of brother would send his own brother out there and allow him to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't care about your brother, man. And you see our people, these politicians, man, amongst our people, they don't join hand in hand with the oppressor and think, you know, this is the right way and have that same mind frame and have their same desires and want the things that they want to live like they live and thinking that that is the right way when that is not the right way.
That's right.
You're not even a brother to your own people. Just like Adawan was saying, you're not even a brother to your own people, man. You hate your people when you go out there and try to join hands with the people that oppress your people, who destroy your people. And it's a very disgusting thing to see, man. Somebody who's your skin color, who's from your people, you know, grew up in the ghetto, his mother and father are from the same nation and people you are, just to go out there and see him turn his back on his people and start acting just like the oppressor. Now he don't became envious of the oppressor and chose his ways. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High told us, you know, you're not supposed to envy the oppressor or choose his ways. Because when you do, you're going to do the same things he's going to do. You're going to hate what he hates. You're going to like what he likes. You're going to dress the way he dressed. You're going to, you're going to love his women like he loves his women. You know, that's why you see now some of these politicians that are black up there with the Caucasian woman and just happy, don't shaved all the facial hair off their face, got a bald head looking like a sex offender. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? You start trimming your ways and you don't even care about your people no more, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the only thing you can worry about is getting rich. How much money I can make. You know what I'm saying? What can I get from trying to be like the oppressor? You know, I see him going out there doing the politician, you know, doing those campaign runs, getting millions of dollars. And I want the same thing that they get.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, if you get it's the book of James chapter 2 verse 6. This is the book of James chapter 2 verse 6. And it reads, "But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you?" You know what I'm saying? That's what these rich people do, man. These rich politicians, these campaign leaders, these politicians, these presidents, they oppress the poor, man. You know what I'm saying? They oppress the poor and they despise the poor. And they oppress us, man. That's what happens with our people, man. They go up there and they start acting just like the people who oppress us, man. They just want money. They start looking down on you. They start treating you like you're nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens when you have a rich man that's ruling over you. They hate you. They despise you. They look at you like you're nothing. Look at the president who's in the chair right now. He's a rich man, and he despises the poor. He hates the poor. He hates us. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hates us with a passion. And he oppresses us, man. And that's what the devils do when they rule over us, man. They hate us. They show us day and night that they hate us by shooting us in the back, allowing us to be put on child support, separating families, putting kids in cages. You know what I'm saying? Making up all type of rules, you know, which is going to allow you to be oppressed even more. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens, man, when you have these rich men who despise the poor. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you have these people. And they despise the poor, and the rich man, they oppress you day and night. Look at all these new laws that they make. Do you know how evil you have to be to put a man in jail for 10 years? He gets out of jail. He's trying to change his life. And then you tell that man, hey, you know, I know you out from 10 years, but we're going to put you on parole. And now you got to pay a fine every month, which is $200, $150. And this brother can't even get a job because of his record.
That's right.
Because of the mistake that he made in his past. And it's so hard for him to have a job and now you telling him, I know you out of jail, but you still gonna have to pay me some money.
Damn.
You know, that's how rich men do, man. They oppress us, man, and they despise the poor. You see it all the time. You see brothers. I remember I seen a brother get locked up and had to sit in the county jail for 3 months.
Damn.
And when he told us, I was like, man, what you in here for? You know what I'm saying? This was when I was in the world. You know, this ain't nothing recent. But this was when I was in the world. I asked him, I said, man, what you in here for? He said, a simple, like, ticket. Like a ticket he couldn't even pay, which was like $500. He said, my family, we couldn't come up with the money, man. He said, we're going through hard times. He said, I told him not to pay the money, just keep the money, and just let me do the little time in here. I said, 2 months for $500? He was like, man, I can't get him no money like that.
Damn.
I was like, damn. I was like, good night. And I sit back and I think about stuff like that, on how many brothers don't had to sit in the county, couldn't even come home because their families are poor and couldn't come up with $1,000, $1,500, which is chump change to the oppressor, which is nothing to him. That's eat out money for him. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. Like, he spends that on a Friday night going to eat out and drink with his buddies. And our people can't even come up with $3,000, $2,500. That's, even to me, that's a lot of money out of one.
Yeah, right.
$2,500. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a brother can't even come up with that type of money just to pay a bond or just to pay some tickets off. $1,000, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these rich people despise us, man, and they oppress us day and night. But yet we still get told, you know, we gotta go out there and vote. We gotta go out there and vote. Like Donald Trump is the president right now, and I don't know if people ever heard of the I forgot the name of it. The brothers he got locked up in New York, and
that happened out there. I know which one you're talking about because they did a Netflix movie.
They did a movie on the brothers. The Park, I forgot. It's the Park something 5, and them brothers got locked up for something that they didn't even do. These brothers got locked up, and the only reason they said yeah to all of the things because they were poor, scared, didn't have money. They thought things were going to be different. And these brothers were so poor, their family couldn't even afford to get a good, decent lawyer to fight the bullcrap charges that were filed upon them.
If I could, Salakia, to even add to that, that's how much our oppressor is a deceiver on this earth, man.
Right.
Because not only them brothers, you know what I'm saying, they were poor and they didn't have no decent lawyers to represent them. And you know, the oppressor, he can go get all the Johnny Cochrans and all of the high-level lawyers out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the real smart and prestigious lawyers out there to fight his anything he got going on. But these boys, not only they didn't have the lawyers, but they were actually coerced into admitting, you know what I'm saying, that they were guilty when they wasn't. That's how much this nation hates us.
Right.
They hate us so much that even when we're innocent, we're guilty. And that's how you know you in hell, black man. It's right. Man, Native Indian man, because you can't even be innocent in this country, man. You can't even be innocent. Go ahead.
Good night. That's heavy, man. Like, good night. You like that's hell.
That's like Salaki. I was listening to a Kodak Black song where he was kind of saying, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he was saying, I was already born, I was already born ready for the penitentiary or some joint like that, some to that effect. You know what I'm saying? He was already born, an enemy to our oppressors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something to that effect. And that's really what it is for you. When you black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you born here, you already a criminal in their eyes, man.
Right.
They already ready to get you in the jail, in the prison system.
Right.
And that's where a majority of our people go, right into the prison system. As soon as they old enough to walk and talk, they already being looked at as a little criminal, a little bad, what do they call them, little bad children.
Bad cons.
Little bad kids, little bad jigaboos, little bad niggas. Then when you grow up, you get a little age on you, you get in middle school, get in high school,
right.
That's when they really start messing with you, man.
Ooh-wee.
Then once you get out of high school, man, you might as well just go ahead and put your jumpsuit on and go, and your orange suit on and get ready to go.
Right.
Because they ready for you to go. That was it, huh?
That's heavy out of one.
And of course, that goes not just for the brothers, but for the sisters too. Look at y'all like y'all ain't nothing but whores and prostitutes.
Right.
Like y'all ain't nothing.
Sir. And it's like, sir, if I can, like you said, I want to look at our sisters like they're whores and prostitutes. You know, so like one sister was telling me, like even with you know sisters now, they always say when a sister has kids, they look at our women so much like they whores. The first thing they always ask our sister when she have kids, do they all got the same father? Like, dude, that is like that's like somebody spitting in your face.
Spitting in your face.
Sister be walking with all the kids, and she has the father to the kid. He might be at work. First thing they say is, "Oh, look at them pretty kids. Do they all got the same father?"
And the sad part about it is our oppressor, they created that condition.
Right.
They created that condition for families, for black families to be broken. So they so used to seeing a sister walking through Walmart with a bunch of kids and assuming they don't have any, a father in their life, because 9 times out of 10 in real life, the brother probably is in prison or not. They ain't even in their life.
Concept.
But it's just crazy that we in this kind of hell where they could say, well, where's the father at? But they was the one that created the situation for that to happen.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Concept. Like you said, that's how you know we are in pure hell. Like a sister might be married. She's married to this man. She walked through with the kids. All your kids got the same and I don't heard tons of sisters say it. And I always ask the sister, how did you feel when she said that? And she's like, I was mad as hell when she said that because my kids have a father. All my kids got the same father. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's disgusting. Like you said, they were the ones who put these conditions on us. They were the ones who told black women the only way you can receive any type of help from the government is if you kick your man out the house.
Damn right.
When they were the ones who oppressed us.
Damn
they
right.
were the ones that made these conditions to where we need their help. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, Martin Luther King did not know what he was doing when he tried to join us to our enemies. He made us put up all of our black businesses that we had. We lost everything. And things got worse for our people. Because now when brothers come home, like I was saying, when a brother come home from doing 10, 15 years and he might be on parole, he can't even go get a decent job because guess what? Mr. Johnson, who used to run the grocery store down at the bottom, is shut down. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Mrs. St. Frank, who got the restaurant, who every Sunday the line out the damn door that don't shut down. And they would give him a chance because, hey, I know your daddy. I know your mama. I pretty much raised your mama and daddy. And you can't even go get a job because guess what? It's shut down. And now guess what we're forced to do? Now we feel like the only way we can make a change is if we go out here and vote. Maybe we're going to roll the dice again this year. Maybe we're going to get somebody better. And you go out there and take a gamble and you get put in the same situation again. You get the same thing. You go out there and roll the dice, snake eyes. You don't struck out. When are we going to learn that trying to go out here and vote for these people to rule over us is not going to make a change? We're going to just have to keep learning the hard way. But one thing I can say, like this shit right here, a lot of our people have woke up to what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people have. A lot of people saying, I ain't voting. What we going to vote for? It ain't going to make a difference. And they trying to get us to go out here and vote. Still got these Christian pastors out there. Come on, y'all got to vote. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I remember when Donald Trump and Hillary was running head to head with each other.
Right.
And I had a Christian pastor who I used to work with who was saying that it was the young people's fault that we in the conditions that we're in because we won't go out there and vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go out there, like I was telling him, I said, man, how has voting helped us? You know what I'm saying? Like, they was voting when he was young. And you ain't seen a change. Like, he might have seen a change because he was a Christian pastor.
That's right.
So he's robbing people. So to him, he might seen a change. But then he started to see things go back to how they were when he was young. He started seeing police murder more people. And it made it a little more scarier for him because now people have cell phones.
That's right.
Now people can tell you about what's going on. You can see what's going on. Back then you would hear about it. Hey, you heard the police did this. But now we got video cameras showing you how these people do us.
Damn right.
So now he's getting uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable. And now he want to point the finger at the younger generation like it's our fault.
That's right.
When we learn this, this isn't our fault. This is systematic oppression. They put this on us. They made this. This wasn't just by accident. They designed this to be like this. Like I was telling him before, I said, man, you can't keep blaming us. We should blame you. But all this blaming ain't gonna change anything, because the only thing we're gonna do is start looking at each other like we're enemies.
Damn right.
And then you're gonna go out there and vote for somebody else. You know what? I know how we can get rid of these young thugs, these young killers, these young murderers. Like that Democrat president said, if you want to make some change, you want things to be different, vote for me. We gonna clean the streets up with gun violence and gang violence and this and that. And you go out there and listen, and you get presidents like Bill Clinton who make up the third strike law. Get your fathers in jail for nothing. Like, brother already did 2 things wrong. In his third strike, the brother might steal a soda out the stove, and this brother got to do 25 years for that. That thing was notorious. It was notorious down here. I knew a brother, he caught 2 charges. He got 2 strikes in the same week from a distribution charge. The brother got 2 charges back to back. And on his third offense, he had got pulled over by the police. And I don't even think he was driving. He was riding with somebody. And somebody had drugs in the car, and the police charged everybody with the drugs in the car. And his third strike was for him trying to get a ride to the house with somebody who had weed. And he got hit with the third strike law. I don't know how much time he did. I forgot, but I just knew they was telling me about it. But I didn't ever keep up on the situation or how much time he got. But I knew that was his third strike. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, when are we going to learn, man? I'm going to read James 2:6 again. The book of James, chapter 2, verse 6. And it reads, it says, but ye have despised the poor. And that's what they have done, man. These people we vote for, they despise the poor, man. They don't give a damn about the poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think Joe Biden really gives a damn about the poor? He hates the poor. You know what I'm saying? He wants to continue to be rich. They were saying, why Joe Biden? It was maybe like 3 weeks ago. They was talking about Joe Biden doing a rally, I call them all Klan rallies. I still call them Klan rallies. It's like Donald Trump. He has plenty of Klan rallies. So Joe Biden, they was asking him why didn't he have a rally, and it was like he said he was going to go back home to his beach house front and just try to work on another strategy. And I was like, look at this devil right here. He's going to go home to his beachfront house, man. Like, this man has a mansion on the beach. And you mean to tell me you really think he cares about poor people? This man hates poor people. He don't even want to have a rally, because he knows all of these people who support Democrats are black, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are poor. And he doesn't give a damn about you. He hates y'all. The only thing he wants to do more and more of is oppress you more. He wants to stuff his pockets even more. The only reason he's even doing these political campaigns is because he gets a lot of endorsements from different peoples. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always see them trying to have, campaigns, like even with our people, like Tim Scott. You think Tim Scott really give a damn about black people? You know what I'm saying? This man wants to be Esau so bad. This man shaved every inch of hair off his face to look like, Massa, I'm a good servant. You ain't gotta worry. I ain't gonna hurt a fly. You know what I'm saying? If I do anything wrong, just slap me upside my bald head and I'm gonna get right in order, Massa. You know what I'm saying? Like, the oppressor knows that about our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have these campaign runs and all of that. The only reason they're doing that is because it fills their pockets.
Damn right.
Even more. And it makes us look like more stupid every time we go out there. You got your sign up, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? And Joe Biden is saying, like, look at these damn fools. They are out of their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm going to keep reading. And it says, do not rich men oppress you? Of course. You know what I'm saying? Don't the rich men oppress you? Look at Donald Trump, man. We had the coronavirus hit America, and it hit hard. We had the Most High allowed that plague to fall upon America, and we had a lot of our people who died from it. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of our people who died from it, and they had to shut down plants, restaurants, and all type of things. You know what I'm saying? And guess who started losing money? The oppressors. They started losing money. They were losing tons of money. Like B&W, they had to shut down the B&W plant, which is notorious around this part of town, around this part of Greenville, for like always never closing down. Like it's rare that they close down. So they had to close down the plant. Do you know how much money they lost when they had to close it down? Like they were losing millions day by day. Like they lose millions of dollars day by day that those lines don't operate. And not only do they lose money, other companies lose money because there are other companies, little small companies who branch with BMW, who make certain parts, make little springs that they got to send over there. So now it's like a chain reaction. BMW shut down. This small plant 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 shut down. So they were losing millions of dollars. But with them being such a devil, they don't even care about the conditions of our people being sick. You know what I'm saying? Catching coronavirus. You know, they didn't even give a damn so much to the fact that they was like, listen, the only thing I'm worried about is oppressing these people, put them back to work. I need money. Like, but they could get sick. I don't give a damn. You know, how many people gonna be on the line? Well, you got 300. I can take a 50 people loss. I can lose 50 and replace them. And that's why now you have so many jobs hiring like they do. Because what people don't know, a lot of people have got sick. Right. You know, that coronavirus is nothing to play with. People get sick, and it takes time for people to heal from that. Right. So you have some people who are not ready to go back to work. So guess what this oppressor does? He just opened up like, oh my goodness, I don't want to like BMW was, you know, it was so hard for people to get in BMW that, you know, you had to jump through hurdles just to get a job at BMW. Mm-hmm. But it got to the point where BMW was saying that we don't give a damn about your record. Like, so like I got a family member who has a hefty rap sheet, and he was like, man, BMW hired me. I said, man, you lying, man. He said, nah, man, they paying me $17 an hour. I said, man, if you got a job, anybody can get a job. He said, man, and I'm driving Fort Lewis. I said, damn. I said, for real? He was like, man, they hired me, man. He said, I went through a temp company, but they still hired me. I was like, damn. I was like, man, and they just showed me more, man, like, these people oppress us, man. They don't give a damn about anything. You know what I'm saying? They just want money. They just want to oppress you more and more and more and more. They know people gonna get sick, you know, with the coronavirus if you crowd it, because you can't stay 6 feet away from each other when you're working. You got that signal line. Everybody's right by each other. So you're going to get sick. And they know that, and they don't give a damn. They just want to continue to press you more and more. That's what these rich men do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the scripture says, do not rich men oppress you? Damn right they do. They want to do that. That's how they survive, by oppressing you. You know what I'm saying? And these be the same people who own these big companies like BMW, other type of big companies, like you got Volvo, another big car company. They send money to these presidents for their campaigns. You don't think that these people who run these big companies or organizations are not sending money to Donald Trump for his presidential campaign? You don't think that they are? If you can only see behind closed doors, you will find out that they are donating millions of dollars to different presidential candidates. To, hey, you know what? That's my friend. I'm going to give him $1 million. No, I'm going to send him $1 million too. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of it is just a joke, man. It's just another way for the people that oppress us to get rich, man.
That's it. Damn right. And if I could, man, listen. These politicians, they rich. They probably, a lot of them was born with the golden spoon, or what they say, a silver spoon in their mouth, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They already had that. They're not proper leaders for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. Native Indian people, man. But you know who is a proper leader? Christ.
Damn right.
Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man. You know why? Because the Bible says that it behoved Christ to suffer. That's a man that grew up with the poor. He grew up with the dope dealers.
Right.
He grew up with the poor, with the whores. He grew up with all of the low class people that people trampled on, that treated like garbage. You know what I'm saying? He grew up inside of that type of environment, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he did it so that he could know how it felt to suffer the way that they did, man.
Damn right.
He didn't live like a rich man.
Damn right.
He didn't live on this earth fat and rich like Donald Trump.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or any of these people, man.
Right.
He didn't do that. That's why he's gonna be a proper king unto Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man.
Damn
because
right.
he knows the struggle, he knows the hell that we going through.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? He got to see it firsthand and be around it. And that's what kind of leader you gotta have. That's why the scriptures that we put out earlier says to choose a king amongst your people.
Right.
Somebody who knows what the hell our condition is about. Not somebody who grew up in some cookie cutter gated community
Right.
that you know what I'm saying, that just really want to get into politics because for the money and for what they can get benefit out of it.
Right.
That's not a leader, man.
Damn right.
That's why you shouldn't be voting in America. Because in America, if you vote in America, you voting for the next person who's gonna bring more destruction to you, man. That's all I had to bring out.
Con, sir. I don't want to say, man, that's so heavy, man. Like he was saying about these politicians, I would say 10 out of 10 politicians all have grew up rich. You know, family don't have big houses. Like, this has been something that has been set up. Like, when my son get this certain age, I'm gonna let him get into politics. You know, he's gonna get, you know, some money off of it. And all of these people, you know, these be your same people that be at the country club sitting around talking amongst each other.
That's right.
Who have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't think the owner of these big companies like BMW and all these various companies don't sit around with other big companies discussing how they're going to try to get their sons into politics? That's why you don't really hear too much about politics talking about where their parents come from like that. Because if they did, you would find out something like, man, this mother been had money, man. He been rich. You know what I'm saying? But our Christian pastors, man, they gonna keep us blind anyway and lie to us.
Right.
They gonna tell you, man, you still gotta vote. You know, he's different from so and so. You know what I'm saying? Like, just trying to lead you right into the damn fire, man. And that's what happens. They lead us right to the fire, and we get burned every time we go out there and vote. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for us to stay away from these oppressors, man, who they tell us to go vote for.
That's right.
I'm gonna pull. This is, if you got the Apocrypha, man, go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 13. And it reads, it says, "Keep thee far from the men that have power to kill." You know what I'm saying? Because these people, these politicians, these presidents that we think that are gonna do something different, they have the power to kill, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing, man. They're killing us day and night, man. When Donald Trump got in the chair, man, he just pushed this racist agenda, man. Like, he knew he had the power to make these so-called Caucasians go out there and kill, man. Like, we supposed to stay far away from him, man.
That's right.
And Joe Biden has that same power. You know, when he gets in that chair, guess what he gonna do? He's gonna give certain people the power to kill us even more. But yet we still gonna go out there and vote. Like, you have, like, I seen something, it was so sad, man. They had Latino brothers, I was saying it earlier, like, Donald Trump has got a, like, kind of like a small spike amongst the Latino community. Because now he's starting to have maybe a little more percentage of Latinos vote for him now. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, y'all really gonna vote for Donald Trump? You know, after everything that he said and done, called our Mexican brothers rapists, you know, robbers, drug dealers, you know, criminals, and you're gonna go out there and vote for him? Like, this man wanted to build a wall to keep us separated from each other. You know what I'm saying? And we knew that Issachar was still gonna make his way across that damn wall, but he was the only president openly to express how he had hatred for the so-called Mexican brothers down there, man. Like, he was just open with it.
But so, like, if I could,
Come, sir.
because this is how much more diabolical that devil is, man.
Right.
What he started doing is he started putting legal immigrants,
Con.
legal Mexicans here against those who are legal.
Right.
By saying, oh, it ain't y'all we worried about. It's all of the ones out there that's doing that.
Right.
Coming across the borders illegally, they doing this. And then what it does is it's programming in their mind, the legal Mexicans that are here,
Right.
to think that, oh, well, they messing it up for all of us.
Right.
So now what America's doing is they're putting legal immigrants, legal Mexicans,
Con.
against the illegal Mexicans when they the same damn people.
Con, sir.
That's how diabolical it is, man.
Con, sir. And that's so heavy out of one, because it's just like, that's the same thing they do with us now, with blacks too. They always get some big-headed Uncle Tom who's in the Christian church. They get all the black Christians in the church. to look down on the poor brothers and sisters who don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? To look down on us. Like we're nothing. Like it's our fault. You know, the reason why the police killing all of us is because y'all playing that rap music, won't stop having babies, won't stop smoking weed and stop doing this. But they don't even understand that this man who has the power to kill is the one who's doing this.
Damn right.
You know, he's the one that's turning us against each other. He's the one bringing the damn drugs in the community.
Damn right.
You know, who? Like, oh my God! Like people, everybody now is smoking. They smoking loud. They smoking the loud pack now. But what people don't understand is that stuff is made in all of these different what is it like a dispensary or field. But most of it is mostly ran by Caucasian people. They even did a movie on it. It was called Savages. You know, it was supposed to be some type of action movie, but the movie was based on two Edomites who were served in the military.
That's right.
Who grew they grew like a certain type of a marijuana, but but I guess it had like a high THC. It's supposed to be like a high THC level, one of the best. And in the movie, when you watch it, you see how they were operating. Like they had a dispensary where they were selling it to people legal, but then right behind closed doors, they had like I guess like a lower grade where they were sending it out to various neighborhoods for the smaller dope dealers to sell it. And I was looking at it and I was like, man, they show you in the movies what they're doing. You know, so you got brothers right now who might be getting some in and selling it around the city in various states and counties and stuff like that. But all of that is beneficial to Esau. All that money goes back to him. You know what I'm saying? And we think we're doing something, but we ain't doing nothing. Like all of that stuff is nothing for us, man. It's all beneficial for the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Like this man right here, man, is man, he like you said, he's very diabolical, man.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna keep reading on that scripture, and it says, "Keep thee far from the man that hath the power to kill." You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta stay away from these people, man. We can't, like I don't want to say, we can't choose none of their ways. Like the best thing for us to do is to stay away from these people. Don't partake in their voting system, man. Don't try to go out there and love them and march and hold hands and saying we shall overcome, kumbaya, we're gonna all be okay. Like no, like that man that's holding your hand, he's going to kill you when things get too bad. You know what I'm saying? Let the food shortage happen. Let them run out of water. Let him see you. Let him see you with a bottle of water and he can't get a bottle of water. He is going to kill you and take that bottle of water. But this is the same man who you've been taught by your Christian pastor, by your grandmama. You know, you got to love everybody, baby. And you go out there and try to do it. And look at the results now, man. Look at us now. By trying to love this man who has the power to kill, man. That's why we say Martin Luther King was such a traitor to us, man. You know, he wanted us to join hand in hand with these people who hate us, with these people who have the power to murder us, man. When the thing that we should have did was just separate and continue to live how we had been living. You know what I'm saying? Continue to run our own black businesses. Continue to run our Latino businesses.
That's right.
And our Native American businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like we listen to Martin Luther King and these Christian pastors and these weak leaders, and look at us right now, man. You know, Donald Trump has gave the order and the power to these police officers, the people that run the whole police station, like just gave them power to come out and kill us. You know, that's why you see so much of it right now in the streets. And these people know that they're empowered by their president. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got more white militia groups starting to form now because they know we got the power to kill because our brother's in the chair. He's going to back us up. He's going to support us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we shouldn't be voting because that man that's in that chair, you know, either it be Joe Biden or Donald Trump, they're not going to do anything that's going to help us at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do anything at all. And they were saying that Donald Trump was, you know, Donald Trump might ride this thing out until this kingdom fall. I hope he does, man. I hope he does because the more he's in the chair, the more our people start to wake up. You know what I'm saying? We start to see what's really going on out here. So, like he was saying, Donald Trump was saying he's going to ask for some type of special permission. Like, if he wins, he's going to say, he said he's going to ask for permission to see could he run for another 4 years if he wins this 4 years. He said he's going to do something that's never been done before. You know what I'm saying? right, if you're still in class, man, go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 28, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if we do separate from these people, man. Salaki, go to Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Salaki. You know, this is what we're supposed to be doing right here, man. We're not supposed to be taking, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be partaking in this presidential debate, going out here voting, filling up the voting booths. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, majority of these voting booths are full of, you know, older people. You know, people around my age, you know, in their 30s and, you know, in their upper 40s and their 50s and the 60s and the 70s. You know, a lot of people are voting, you know what I'm saying? And people walking around so happy with the big sticker on saying, I voted today. Like they did something righteous, like, and you know, we just sitting back, and even Caucasian people just sitting back looking at you like, you gotta be an idiot. Like, you have to be an idiot. You still voting? You know, you still voting after everything that has happened to you? You still gonna go out there and vote for somebody to rule over you? You know what I'm saying? Like, let it be Caucasian people, man. They would never do it, man. They would never let somebody vote on them, man. Vote for them. And this is what we're supposed to be doing as a nation of people, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, or Native Indians, Salaki. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be gathering ourselves together, man. We're not supposed to be going out here showing love to these other nations. We're not supposed to be going out here trying to vote for a presidential system that doesn't work for us, man. We're not supposed to be doing that at all. We're supposed to be gathering ourselves together. And that's what Commander General Yohana is doing here in the ISUPK.
Yeah, right.
He's showing our people how to gather ourselves together, how to depend on one another instead of depending on other people to help us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the Most High, that's what General Yohana is showing us. He's showing us how to gather ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? He's showing us how to be righteous, how to put the drugs down. You know what I'm saying? How to stop killing each other. Because he knows that with us gathering ourselves together, it's going to fix the conditions of our people. Not going to vote, not going to put Joe Biden in the chair, you know what I'm saying, thinking that he's going to make a difference for us, he's going to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, our people have got so desperate that, you know, a lot of our people even vote for Donald Trump. You know, that's how desperate we don't got. Like, they don't even believe in the Most High that much to where they don't even have enough strength and faith to put their strength and faith inside of the Most High. They would still rather go out there and vote for some oppressor to rule over them. You know what I'm saying? But what we're supposed to be doing is gathering ourselves together as black, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. And the Most High is going to allow that to happen. It's happening right now. We see it day by day here in the ISUPK. We see our people gathering themselves together, coming together to make up this one body, being strong, doing what the Most High tells us to do. And with us doing this, that's how we get our safety, by gathering ourselves together, not trying to go out there and join other nations, not going out here with the protesting, holding hands, you know, holding up signs, no justice, no peace. And every time one of our people get murdered in the streets, you know what I'm saying, we sit up there and we try to get everybody to go out there and march and show love. It's not about, and then they out there saying, it's not about skin color. It's not about skin color. It's not about skin color. But guess what? It just so happened to be that these people who have this skin color are killing us. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with skin color. It has the fact to do with that these people have always hated us. They have never loved us. So why are we going to continue to gather with these people when they have a whole different type of agenda? Just like now, with the Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of our people are starting to see now that it's not us that are out there causing the problems and the riots. And a lot of people have started to fall back from the Black Lives Matter movement when it comes to protesting and marching and doing all that crazy stuff, because they started to see, like, it's not us throwing the bricks out here, it's these young Caucasians out here doing it. They're the ones out here starting the problems, but we the ones that get blamed for it. And that's why you see, man, you see what happens when we gather ourselves together and we start to separate from these people. Just like that devil that shot up there in, what was that other one? The devil with the AR-15. I forgot.
Where now?
Where he shot the 3 devils at the he shot one of them at the gas station, and then he shot another one in the chest in the streets when he ran right back past the police.
Is this doing them riots?
Sir.
I forgot his name, but I know exactly. He basically shot 3 brothers, and then he went right down where the police was. Going up the street with the police with the AR-15 in his hand.
In his hand.
And they ain't even do nothing to him, man.
And so like I said, it was so heavy because when he shot those other Caucasian men.
That was what was it?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Yeah.
I think it was Milwaukee.
Somewhere up in the Midwest.
Sir. And it was so heavy to see it because at this time right here, you didn't even really see a lot of our black people out there. You might have seen maybe when they probably was out there, but they wasn't out there like we usually be. You know what I'm saying? This time you seen more Caucasians out there. And so just so happened the Most High allowed it to where that Caucasian devil, that oppressor, he shot other oppressors and killed them. But that's what happens when we gather ourselves together and we separate from them. No longer will we have to be involved in all of these different crimes and stuff like that. Like we'll be able to survive, we'll be able to live. You know what I'm saying? And brothers and sisters are starting to see that. The more and more we stop going out here to protest and join hands with our enemies, they're going to start coming against each other and doing crimes to each other. And that's what we seen, man. That's the power of gathering ourselves together and separating from these nations of people, man. Like we have so much power if we gather ourselves together, man. Like we could be in control of so much. We could start demanding things like, hey, listen, I got 200 brothers that work at this place. We ain't coming to work until we all get some more money, man. That devil gonna be like, you know what? I give y'all a raise. I do it. I do it. Just like with the NFL. Them oppressors had to start showing some respect. Just like in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I respect the brothers for what they did, not playing games. But them devils had to start showing respect because he seen what happens when black people that play in the NBA started to gather themselves together. They start sitting back talking, thinking the ways of how we really could affect this thing. You start strategizing with your own people. And that devil seen that. Them devils said, you know what, man, we got to do something different because they starting to wake up and they starting to realize the power that they have when they gather themselves together. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to have to do, man. We're going to have to gather ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to gather ourselves together because we're not that nation that desires. Nobody desires. Nobody wants us around. These people don't really care about us. You know what I'm saying? Just like LeBron James, one of those reporters was saying something about LeBron James saying that, hey, LeBron, you shouldn't even say that. You should stick to playing basketball. Like LeBron James can't even speak on the situations and how his people really are.
That's right.
Now you seen how they did Colin Kaepernick when he took a knee. He was just saying, hey, I don't think it's right how they doing black people. As a black man, he said something about it because, who's not going to get tired of seeing their people get murdered? So the only thing Kaepernick did was tuck a knee, and they blackballed him, kicked him out of the NFL, did him dirty. But years later, guess what happened? The Most High allowed it then to where more brothers started to gather together and say, man, we got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? The only way we can affect them if we don't go play football. We gather ourselves together, we sit back, strategize a plan on how we really can affect them. You know what I'm saying? So these devils started to look at them a lot different, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for us to come together and do the things that the Most High wants us to do, man. And that's why the scripture said in Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1, and it says, gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody desires us, man. Nobody wants us around. They just want us to bounce a ball, you know what I'm saying, shoot it through the hoop, make the money and shut up and let us continue to do what we do to your people. Let us rob your people. Shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. No, don't go with your brothers and think about ways on how you really can impact the NFL and NBA by sitting back strategizing on, let's not play football this week. Let's not play basketball this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want you to gather yourselves together. They want you to be just like them. They want you to be with them. They want you to look at them like, I'm your brother, not him. Not the man you see him being shot down on the streets. I'm your brother. I'm the one that got you the scholarship. I helped you out. Go play ball. Go play football. Go catch the ball. Go shoot the basketball. That's what you do. Don't gather yourself together with your people. No, don't go out there and march with your people. I don't support Black Lives Matter, but you can only imagine what they be saying. No, don't put that shirt on, because if you put the shirt on, you might angry some people. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to do it. No, don't take the knee. Don't take the knee. You know, when you go out there, just stand up. You know, we don't want to cause any problems. But now the things and situations are so bad, like you can't help it but to go join yourself with your people, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't help it because you have black children. Mm-hmm. You know, you have Latino children. You have Native Indian children. And you have compassion because when you see these young brothers and, you know, brothers getting killed, you think about your father. You think about your son. You think about your brother. Like, imagine if that was my father that got shot down like that. Imagine if that was my brother who got put his knee on his face until he died. You know, so now we're starting to have compassion for each other. And these devils know when we start to have compassion towards each other, we're going to start gathering ourselves together.
That's right.
And they don't want the rich of our people to be like that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want the rich to get with the poor people of his nation and sit back and just be like, man, I'm going to start supporting my people more. I'm going to put money into our businesses. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's going to be beneficial for my people. Like, that's why they always try to make it to where they keep us separate from each other.
That's right.
They always take that one or two brothers out of the hood, get them a scholarship, let them get millions of dollars, and they try to make them live a certain type of lifestyle where they're not going to be in the neighborhoods no more.
That's right.
You know, where they're not going to be living in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? He's going to live in that white gated community. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get the white girl. He's going to do everything like that. And he's going to forget about his people. You know, that's why they always want us to be separate or separated from each other. But the Most High now is pushing it now to where we're starting to wake up. And all of our people are starting to gather together and treat each other different. You know what I'm saying? It's very powerful, man. Like, you see the brothers, we see the brothers and sisters who are entertainers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can never do what we do. But, you know, we see the little things they do. They standing up. They speaking on certain situations. Just like the sister who played tennis. You know what I'm saying? She's speaking on the situation. She didn't even play one of the most important games. And what we know here in the ISUPK is when you start doing stuff like that, you start hurting Esau's pockets. You start hurting his money. And so then, you know, you kind of force him to do something that he don't want to do. He tries to show compassion in public, you know, and he still don't give a damn. But he know if he does that, you know, maybe you're going to have some black people like, see, look, he's different. He's different. And you kind of forcing him to do something that he doesn't want to do. And then you turn the news again, then you see another brother getting shot in the street. Because that's the Most High, like, listen, I'm not going to let y'all fall back to sleep. I'm going to force y'all to gather yourselves together, man. Right. And that's what's happening. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if you really want to gather to be a part of something that's real powerful, come here in the ISUPK, man. Because we're going to show you how you're supposed to do it, man.
And if I could, you sitting there thinking that because they like your sports, because they like your music, or because you know you're valuable to them in many ways, because you think they love you, you're not realizing that they really just love you for your entertainment.
Right.
They really just love, like the brother was saying, they just love you because you shoot that basketball.
Right.
When them damn industry, or what I want to call them Jewish people, man.
Cons.
You know what I'm saying? When they see you shooting that basketball, or when they see that you are real talented in whatever you do, they got dollar signs in their eyes, man.
Right.
That's all they really care about. And while they coming up to you sounding like, you know, or what's the scripture that talks about that words are smoother than butter?
Psalms 55:12.
Yeah, Psalms, their words are smoother than butter, but words in their heart. Because really, what they wanting to do is destroy you, man.
Damn right.
Really, what they want to do is they want to get as much out of you as possible, and then they're gonna destroy you. Look what almost happened. Matter of fact, look what almost happened to Nick Cannon, man.
Ooh-wee.
Look what almost happened to him. You know what I'm saying? If he hadn't really just betrayed his own race of people, if he hadn't showed that he still loved them, it was going to destroy his entire career. It was going to do it. But guess what? If he had just turned his back on the oppressor, the Lord would have took care of him, man.
Right.
The Lord would have took care of him. He would have put the spirit on him to come and find the truth, man.
Right.
Because he would have done a righteous thing by saying, you know what, to hell with this fame, to hell with this entertainment business, to hell with all of this money, I'm going to stand up with what's right.
Damn right.
But he couldn't do it. He didn't have the strength to continue, man.
Right.
And he went over there and he started kissing the master's feet again, man.
Good.
And look what happened. Now he over there still, you know, he became more of a coon, man. You know what I'm saying? So To come down to it, man, you gotta stop loving your oppressor. Stop envying your oppressors, like the brother said, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta stop doing that. Go ahead,
Con. So that's heavy out of wine. And I don't know if Nick Cannon got his show back. I don't know if he got his show back. I think he did. I think they gave him his show back, but that brother right there was like, that's why we say, man, brothers ain't built like the soldiers here in the UPK.
You damn right.
You know what I'm saying? They not built like anybody can say that they, you know, I'm an Israelite, I follow this and this, but it takes a real priest and prophet trained, man, here in the ISUPK to stand up and do the things we do. Because literally been one of us in that situation, we'd have said, we don't give a damn, you can have it all.
Damn right.
Like, I don't care about, you're not going to take my integrity and what I believe in. Like, you're not going to tell me that you haven't oppressed us for 400 years, that y'all don't rule the NBA, the NFL, the music industry.
Damn right.
You know, people know, like we know, like everybody knows, man, that these people rule these industries, man, and make monies off us in millions. Like, you can pull it up on Wikipedia and they have all of the information telling you, oh, this man so-and-so ruled it, comes from a Jewish family.
Damn right.
This man rules that, comes from a Jewish family. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like I was saying, I was just saying, like the scripture said, man, it's so important for us to gather ourselves together, man. You know what I'm saying? We were so powerful when we had the black NBA league. You know what I'm saying? We had the black NFL, we had the black NBA, black baseball league. You know what I'm saying? But Esau always looked for one or two of our people he can just pull out. You know, I give you $1 million more than what you make with the black league. You know, hey, I give you $3 million more than what you get from the black league, and you know, turn our peoples into traitors, and they think that doing that is the way. But the whole time, what we didn't realize, man, we should have continued to gather ourselves together
right.
and build our own people up. And so now you kind of see that now with our people, man. You know, now people starting to do more black businesses. You know, they start to do things a little more. You know, opening up restaurants. You got more sisters doing nails, doing hair. You know, people and even sisters starting to sell more hair. You know what I'm saying? We ain't in a position where we can make our own plants where we can produce certain things, but you know, it's a start with us being able to give money to each other. You know what I'm saying? People buying black, people buying Latino, people buying from Native Indian brothers and sisters, and we starting to build our people up.
That's right.
And that's what we're going to have to continue to do. We got to start somewhere, man. That's why we got to gather ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? And when we start gathering ourselves together, certain things are going to change.
Yeah, right.
And this is like I was gonna pull the screen. You got anything you want to say? I don't want.
No, you got it.
Okay, so like sir, you know, when we start gathering ourselves together, you know, this is what's going to happen when we gather ourselves together. And the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 28 says, "And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen." When we start to gather ourselves together, we're no longer going to be a prey to the heathen anymore. No longer will they be able to destroy us and wipe us out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like here in Greenville, South Carolina, they had a huge amount of restaurants starting to close down. It's like every time you turn on the news, oh, this restaurant closed down after 40 years. Turn on the radio, turn on the news again. This establishment had to close down after 15 years.
That's right.
Because a lot of our people are not giving money to these different heathen nations, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they was always like, you know, you had people like it's sad, like people were trying to boycott Tanders. You know, we had one out there, out of wine out there,
yeah.
and black people were trying to boycott Tanders, but I rode by Burger King and got a burger for Burger King, and I seen black people in the line at Tanders again. I'm like, that shit didn't. It's like it ain't make no difference.
And,
Like,
if I could, man, you could already tell really what the spirit was when at that, because I know you remember when we went there.
Sir.
You can already tell really what the spirit of that whole Black Lives Matter protest was.
Ooh-wee.
And I ain't talking about the brothers who were sincerely there because it was fed up with the garbage, with
Right.
racism. I'm talking about the ones that came out there and influenced that Black Lives Matter crap on
Right.
them. Because really what the true nature of it is it was them begging for, like we always do, us begging for them to stop hurting us, or stop
Right.
putting their foot on our neck.
Right.
Because that's what we do. We sit there, like that Black Lives Matter that protest wasn't, y'all need to stop, you know what I'm saying? We gonna stop messing with y'all, we gonna stop dealing with y'all, we gonna separate from y'all, whatever. It wasn't on nothing like the spirit of what we do.
Right.
It was on something like, please stop. please stop hurting us. And this is how you know, because they had the same people who putting that foot on our neck. They had them amongst them,
Right.
and they was protesting with them. You know what I'm saying? And so that goes to show, man, that we gotta separate completely from this nation. Because if we don't separate completely, every effort that we put out there to make, to whatever groundwork we try to put in out there as a people, when you're not under the Lord,
Right.
it's gonna fail, man.
Damn right.
It's gonna fail. You out there talking about Black Lives Matter, man. Black lives ain't been mattering here in America, man.
Damn
for
right.
some years.
Damn right.
So what makes you think it's gonna happen in 2020, man? It ain't gonna happen in 2020. It didn't happen in 1999. It didn't happen in 1989, 1979, 1969, so forth and so on. It didn't happen then.
Right.
So why the hell you think it's gonna happen now? It ain't.
Come on, sir. Good night. And so like I said, if I can, out of one, like you was saying, that whole movement, that day move was out there. It was just not the brothers that really was sincere, but the people that organized it. It was just so gay and weak.
It was just
feminine.
it was an all loving event. It was like, we're mad, but we still love you type thing.
So, I know you said some racist stuff inside there, but can I buy 2 hot dogs? Let me get 2 hot dogs and a large punch, please.
It was just absolutely disgusting because it went from a so-called protest to looking more like a block party. And Jake, Judah loved the party. I get it. I understand. But in a matter of something that's real serious, when our oppressors are brutalizing us, you know what I'm saying? There is ways that we deal with that.
Right.
Like in the ISCPK, I'm the Commander Juliana, we get out on them street corners every Saturday.
Damn right.
And we rip a hole inside of our enemies, man.
Ooh-wee.
We tear them up. We let them know what the prophecies of the Bible is saying about them, man. And what's going to happen to them. Wherein these other groups, these Black Lives Matters, the other Christian groups, they just trying to get you to love them more.
Right.
Because they think that love is going to wash away that wickedness that's inside of our oppressor that can't be washed away.
Right.
It can't be. You know what I'm saying? So the only way we're going to be able to get rid of our enemies and the wickedness they do is we got to start following our God, the God of the Negroes, the Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
Right. And Salati said, if I can add on to what you were saying, out of one, like you was saying, like the people that was inside Tangers already knew what the brothers and sisters was out there doing wasn't going to affect them at all.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they turned something that was so serious into a block party. Like we came out there, you smell weed, brothers setting up the grill. I'm like, good night. I was like, you would never see us at camp speaking on what. That's like we at camp. Hey, the press are wrong for what he doing. Hey, fire that grill while you at it, brother. Like what are you doing? Like what we do is the job that we do here in the ISUPK, man, is so needed. And you know what I'm saying? It's so powerful that devils don't even make money when we on the street speaking. Like that whole little, like when we speak at downtown out of one, it had got so empty. Like people just stopped walking where the business was at. Just like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till they leave and I'm gonna come. Just like the same thing when we was in North Carolina, right next to that restaurant. Like you could tell when we was right there, you would see a lot of people not coming in. But soon as we get done with camp, everybody start flowing in after that. But that is a 5-hour gap where they're not making money.
That's right.
And eventually, time after time, they're gonna start looking at the paperwork. Like, listen, we go through a serious down spiral every Saturday when they come. And Saturday is one of our best days, Fridays and Saturdays. But from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock, we're missing out on money. And then you start adding it up every Saturday. You got the devil in the, please, white Jesus, let it rain. Please, white Jesus, let it rain. Next thing you know, the sun come out. And we back out there again blazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important, but Commander General.
If I could, here's the twist, right? The business that they losing is nigga business.
Right.
It's the black people that's going and buying and keeping them in power, man.
Right.
So whenever we be out there, they lose their, white customers. That's just because they don't want to hear what we saying.
Right.
But brothers and sisters be listening, and they be like, you know what? I ain't going to that store today.
Right.
I ain't going over there today. I'm going to either listen to these brothers or I'm just going to go back home.
Right.
That's how brothers and sisters are out there. So they know that we messing up business for them.
Yeah,
And
right.
But it's mainly our people they not getting the business from.
Right.
When normally we out there spending all of our riches inside of their places.
Come on, sir. And that's so heavy out of one, because it's like, so if I can, it's like you said, when our brothers and sisters start listening, they start examining things and be like, you know what, these brothers right. Why in the hell I'm gonna go sit over here and eat when these people don't even like me?
Yeah,
Ain't there a Jamaican restaurant down the street from here? Yeah, let's go in there. Let's go in there. Let's do that. And I don't want, like I was saying earlier, I don't want. Now you look on the news, like the local news right here. You have so many establishments closing down.
Yeah, right.
Like it's a place called K&W Cafeteria.
I remember that. Yep, I know what that is.
Black people, I know plenty of brothers and sisters that worked in there, and black people used to go in there every Sunday and eat massive food. But you know, our people cooking it, so you know it's good. You know what I'm saying? So when black people started not to support these Edomite businesses anymore, it closed down. Like it really closed down. Like the dude that was talking about, you could tell his little heart was just broken. He was like, after 45 years here in Greenville, South Carolina, it hurts me to have to shut it down. Like, of course he don't got rich, but now, you know, your business don't shut down. Now you got to sit back and be like, okay, how am I gonna make $60,000 a month since my restaurant don't close down? Not just one of my restaurants, but all three of them, because that's what happened. That restaurant shut down, and another one of his restaurants shut down. And I was like, Most High in Christ. First thing he said, that coronavirus hit, and we couldn't employ our employees anymore. We couldn't keep up with business. You know, everybody got to be 6 feet. And I was like, Most High in Christ. Thank the Most High for doing that to these devils, man. Crippling their economy, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why the book of Ezekiel says what it says, man. You know, when we start to gather ourselves together, no longer will we be a prey to the heathen, man. No longer will they get rich off us, man, and build themselves up and just look down on us. Because for years we've been working in these restaurants, in these factories, in these different businesses, getting these nations rich. But the Most High is getting it to the point now where He's going to allow us to gather ourselves together. And we're not going to be a prey to these heathens, man. You know, they're not going to be able to get rich off us anymore.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And watch what starts to happen to these East Indians. I guarantee y'all, when something's going to pop up to where one of these East Indians in one of these gas stations going to do something very racist, something very diabolical, and black Latino people going to start boycotting the East Indians. And you're going to see Elam in the red dot. Do you want to come out soda? Restaurant closed down. Gas station closed down. You know what I'm saying? And you starting to see that now with a lot of them gas stations.
Yeah, man.
Them East Indians investing money into these gas stations, and they just starting to shut down. And it's so crazy. Like they got Citgo. They knocking Citgos down.
Oh yeah?
Come on, like the one down there where we stay at, they knocked they knocked the whole damn thing down.
Damn.
Like they not making business no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, the Most High is wiping this place out, man, and it's a glorious thing to see.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Let all of them businesses crash, man. Let them
Right.
destroy. You know, be destroyed. You know why? Because the rich is sitting there getting fat off of us. They got all of these businesses out here making these millions and millions of dollars. Meanwhile, you know, you got all these brothers and sisters standing around and got nowhere to go.
Right.
High off of all kinds of medications. You know what I'm saying? And just destroyed every more. Just standing around begging for chump change for 25 cents,
Right.
10 cents.
Right.
Every time I go to the damn store, I see all of these rich businesses around here. White people got all these, like, the oppressor got all these businesses around here. And right down the street, you got brothers just sitting in, you know, brothers and sisters standing out there asking for 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? And it's just horrible that this society just hates the poor, man, the way it do.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, the Lord loves the poor, man.
damn
The
right.
Lord loves the poor, and we have one king we have a king that loves the poor.
Right.
You understand? In the ISUPK, we love the poor. Commander General Yada love the poor, man.
Damn right.
And those politicians, they hate the poor.
Right.
You understand? Donald Trump and them hate the poor.
Right.
And that's why you shouldn't be envying them, nor should you be voting for their leadership, man.
Right. And Salaki, sir, I can have to just to piggyback off what you're saying. Just like plenty of places all around America, downtowns and all places, you know what I'm saying? Like just like downtown Greenville, it has so many businesses down there. So many people come down and spend so much money downtown. But every time you look around the corner, what you always see, some poor black brother sitting on the corner. Hey, brother, you think you can buy me a plate? Hey, brother, you think you can do it? Just like that time we was downtown Mattawan, and it was a brother, I think he was pushing the buggy, and all of us gave him plates of food that we had got out the store.
Right, I remember that.
All of us just took what we had, money, all the money we had in our pocket. We put all the plates on. The brother was just looking like, here you go, brother, take this money. Here you go, brother, take that money. Here you go, brother, take this money. Take that money. Take that food. Take this, Here you go, brother. And the brother was just like, I can't believe y'all doing this to me because I'm down here, and this is one of the most richest places in Greenville with some of the biggest businesses. You got the Clemson building right up here where tons of people from Clemson come and get to learn about the Clemson school, but yet I'm walking up and down here with holes in my shoes, stinking, smell like God knows what, pushing the buggy. Can't even get $2 to get a burger. Like, can I get $2, brother? Oh, I ain't got no money, man. Excuse me, mister, asking no press, can I get $2? Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't got no money, I'm busy, I'm keep walking. And then you go right down the street, not too far from downtown, they got the post office. Post office, they don't tear down the whole ghetto that used to be right there, because I remember we used to go over there. The post office over there in that neighborhood used to be black. I went over there, this is my first time being back over there maybe in like 2 or 3 years. And when I went, I was just like, gentrification at its finest. I was just like,
I'll give you another example. Nickeltown community, where I stay at. Nickeltown community, from what I understand, I haven't been there, been in Greenville as long as you have.
Constantly.
But from just talking to people, Nickeltown community used to be that was the black area right there.
It was.
Block parties, all of that stuff was right in that area because it was just black people. There was Judite out there like it wasn't nothing.
Constantly.
And now you go out there right now, you got all of our oppressors that moved in most of the houses out there, and they gating off certain areas and making them little cookie cutter neighborhoods and stuff. And we still out there on drugs and you know, high like a kite or whatever, you know, doing all kinds of things out there in the streets.
Right.
And they living just nice and high and mighty out there, man.
Constantly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's horrible, man. We don't get no peace from our oppressors, man.
Sir. And it's like, sir, it's sad to see, man. It makes me more proud to be in the ISUPK because, I went to the post office and I seen all these rich oppressors with the nice new houses. They don't, and you know you in trouble when you see the little dog thing, they had the dog sitter thing, like where these devils bring the dogs in. And the worst thing about it is all these big homes don't been built up right here. And in the middle of all that, you got a homeless shelter. And you got tons of brothers just coming out. That brother was in a wheelchair with no legs out of one, begging for money, like no legs out of one. I went down the street. It was another brother. He was like, hey man, you know, the brother was like, hey man, you think you give me a couple dollars? And I already knew the brother wanted to drink. And I'm looking at this brother. I said, brother, I would want to drink too if I was in his hell.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Gave that brother some money. And I pulled back around. And you know what I'm saying? Being UPK, learn what we learned in the UPK. You know, you take care of the poor. So the brother was sitting right there in the wheelchair. I said, brother, you thought I forgot about you? He was like, huh? Gave that brother $20. That was all I had, but I didn't give it down. I was like, I know it's not much, but man, if it could just do anything. He was like, man, I appreciate it. And then started explaining to him about the school and everything, and just to let him know this is what we do. We take care of our people to no matter what the extent is. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, damn, he's like, I ain't think people do that anymore like that.
To see when you come into the ISUPK, man, you really learn how to love a brother and a sister, man.
Damn right.
That's like, just for example, there was a while back, I was living in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Constantly.
And there was a brother that was coming from somewhere up north. I can't remember what city or what state he was coming from. But he got dropped off and left in the Walmart parking lot. Somebody just abandoned, whoever it was, just abandoned. I don't know if it was a family member, I couldn't remember. But the brother was standing outside and he was broken hearted and he had diabetes real bad.
Good.
So his sugar was real low.
Constantly.
And he came up to, I got out the car, he came up to me, he was like, brother, I know you probably get a lot of people ask you for money and this and that. I don't even want your money or nothing like that. I just want something to eat because my sugar real low. I don't even know where I'm at right now. So I took the brother up to McDonald's. Like, come on, brother, come to, I took him to McDonald's or whatever. And I was like, yo, get anything you want off of this menu. I just wanted to get the brother, his health right or whatever. So I gave him my number, gave him a few bucks or whatever. I was like, yo, if you still need some help or whatever, let me know.
Right.
Because the brother was just, he was just out there and you could tell his sugar was low because his lips was all dark and everything. His eyes was dark and shit, and he was just like, he just looked like he was out of it. So you never know, man. Like you see brothers like that, you want to take care of them. You know what I'm saying, and lift their spirits. And that was a righteous thing that you did by, you know, letting that brother go give him a beer. Because sometimes, Kel, just like you said, when you know when something going on like that, when you got just a lot of stuff weighing down on you, need a drink.
Damn right.
You might need a drink. You know what I'm saying? So hell, I go in there and buy you a beer, brother.
Damn
I
right.
go and get it for you.
Sir. So now I might sip it with you. Come on, brother. Sit down and have a good talk, brother.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to the ABC store. We can both get a bottle of spirits, and I'll sit down and drink it with you.
Damn right. Damn right,
That's
all right.
brotherhood, man. You just gotta do it, man.
That might be a good idea. See some brothers out there. What's going on? Like going on with y'all brothers? Y'all like?
Y'all come on out to the school. Matter of fact, we're gonna do that. We're in the brothers we said we're gonna bring them right up in the school, set them down in there, and have a drink with them.
Damn right.
Talk to them about the school and the truth.
Sir. Damn right. Get that.
The poor is welcome in ISUPK.
You damn right, Ottawa. Damn right, Ottawa. Damn right, Ottawa. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out the class. Ottawa, it's 9 o'clock, sir. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 through 21, Malachi 3, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which is memorial blowing of the trumpets. First day of the 7th month, Thursday, September 7th, 2020.
September 17th.
September 17th, 2020. Which would be this Thursday. Remind Akim and Aquaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headbands, or scarf. And with that, shalom.